Hello there, I'm Alex Clear and I'm here at Health Ingredients Europe 2018. I'm joined by Alan Johnston, who's the Business Development Manager for Volac. Alan, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about this Velicious concept that you're exhibiting here on stand at HiE and the various applications that you have for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really wanted to be able to develop finished products where the consumer didn't have to compromise on taste to get high protein and really high doses of protein. It's very difficult to do with most protein sources, so they have a number of functional disadvantages. Most protein sources absorb a lot of water, so a normal whey protein will absorb 4 times its own weight in water. That's why you end up with very dense, hard, chewy finished products. Using Velicious, it doesn't absorb anywhere near as much water. It only absorbs 1 times its own weight in water. And that means that you can get very light textures. It means that over the shelf life, the product stays extremely soft as well. Equally, normal whey proteins are not heat stable. In fact, most protein sources are nowhere near heat stable. So if you pour boiling water on them or if you put them in an oven, they gel. With Velicious, it's completely heat stable. So you can pour boiling water on top of it and it mixes just like in a cold water application. Equally, if you bake it in an oven, you end up with a really light, fluffy texture, which is exactly what consumers want. It's really good because you can create not only baked products and kits for home baking, but you can also make instantized products, so instant hot chocolate, instant coffees, instant soups and noodle pots as well. So getting even out of sweet applications into more savoury applications too. And finally, most proteins have quite a large particle size or a variable particle size, and that can create quite a granular mouthfeel. Whereas using Velicious, you've got a very consistent, very fine particle size, and that gives you a really smooth mouthfeel in a lot of applications. So in protein bars, not only do you have a longer shelf life because of the reduced water binding, but you've got a naturally smoother texture, which we found is what consumers want.
And are there any other advantages beyond sort of high protein claims?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 2 key ways you can use Velicious, and one of them is just adding it into a recipe, and because it's a really great tasting protein on its own, it doesn't have any negative taste implications, which means you often have to add less sugar. So of course, if you're going for low sugar or no added sugar claims in your finished product, that's much easier to achieve. Equally, you can use Velicious as a fat replacer, so you can create an emulsion using Velicious and use it to replace a lot of the fat in finished recipes. So if you're going for a low fat claim, then again, this is much easier. But also, if you can take out the fat and you can take out the sugar, then you end up with a much lower calorie finished product overall.
Can you talk to us about ProCrisp?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've always had a ProCrisp product in our range, which is a high protein crisp, like a Rice Krispie, but very high whey protein content. We've recently launched a new variant, which is ProCrisp Dark. So this is made with cocoa powder to create a darker crispy. The idea with that is you can get a contrast of colours in your bar. So a lot of bar manufacturers use protein crispies to create a texture. So you've got a very soft paste, but then you also want a bit of crunch to add variety into your mouthfeel. And by adding in a darker crispy against a white paste, you get a nice visual effect as well. So it's quite a valuable addition to the range, and it goes very nicely alongside Velicious. So now we have 2 new ingredients, both suited to bar applications.
And it's all about making the appearance of the bar more visually exciting for consumers.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So not only are you adding to the protein content and adding to the texture, but you're also creating a new visual that we haven't been able to offer before.
Excellent. Alan, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you.